background history is obviously hypoglycemia. That's his main problem since birth, and also he's had a higher CRP, which together with the hypoglycemia makes us wonder whether he might have some element of infection. But he examines well, that's the first thing. There's nothing new on examination, and he behaves like normal baby, hungry baby. From the blood sugar point of view, maybe just to mention that the insulin came back and it's 29, so that fits the assumed cause for this being hyperinsulinism. And yeah, that's probably the thing to mention. In terms of his glucose intake, he is on a fairly small amount of IV dextrose 12.5 in TPN, which is currently running at 3.5 mils an hour, which is 28 mils per kilo and day. And because he's a hungry boy, he takes a lot of enteral feed orally, which makes up to over 180 mils per kilo and day. With that, the blood sugar this morning was 5.4, and I should mention that he also is on hydrocortisone, which was reduced yesterday from 1.5 milligrams per kilo and dose to 1 milligram per kilo and dose last night. So he maintains his sugar fine. After I talked to Dr. Howlett, his sugar was 3.6, but I said let's go ahead with reducing the dose anyways, because we need to get rid of it at some point, and of the hydrocortisone, and hopefully he'll still maintain the blood sugar with the lower dose, which is a good possibility that he will. We said that change we will make this morning, so his 10 o'clock dose, he's just getting it, is 1 milligram, is half a milligram per kilo and dose of hydrocortisone. And we will not move the IV fluids for at least, let's say, 12 hours until tonight, to see that the sugar stays stable. Maybe tonight, in the view of his lot of fluid intake, I would reduce the IV if the sugar stays fine by 1 milliliter. So tomorrow you are on 2.5, and that's pretty much TKVO anyway, because we need to keep his line open for his antibiotic, which is his second issue, which would be the infection. We decided to treat him for 7 days, and that will be due, the last dose will be due tomorrow night.
Tomorrow at 1400.
1400, sorry. Yeah, so that's his story. I think we have a plan. For us, it would be probably better to, as I said, to stop the hydrocortisone first, because then titrating the IV fluids is fairly easy, you know. But I think it's all on the right path. These things just very often take, you know, a couple more days than we expect to resolve.
Yep.
Another CRP or
we didn't do, but I think it's maybe a good idea to do it tomorrow before we stop the antibiotics in the morning with one of the blood sugars. We can repeat the CRP. It was 40, so it was higher.